definitely been a very different day today. I did my Upala a little different, and nobody's really on here yet, which is fine. Guess I'll wait till more people come on. My shirt just popped. Probably not. Today's conversation is going to be about masks. Clearly, nobody seems to be wearing them, which is extremely important. Of course, I'm not going to be here that long. It's 9:13. I'll probably be here for 40 minutes the most, 30 minutes the most. Who knows how it's going to work. But I'll probably be on and off before you know it. I'll be in the room. But the conversation, I guess I could just start it because it's being taped. So they'll read it when they see it. So the conversation is about masks. I'm talking about masks because for some reason, everyone feels as though they don't need a mask anymore. I'm going to stores and no one has a mask. Not everybody, but I'll say about 85% of people are not wearing masks. And it's amazing because I'm going in the stores and stuff. Hey, Rob, how are you? And when I go into the stores and stuff, no one has masks on. So people just say, we're no longer wearing masks, the pandemic is over, and that's it. Like they just made their minds that it's over with, and they no longer follow the rules. And it's weird because we're talking about your health. When you sick, you sick. I hope you got a tribe of people that's going to help you. Because at the end of the day, most of us know when we're in situations where we need people that are known for not showing up. So I go into the store, no one wears masks, walking down the street, no one has masks on. And I just like, well, why? What is it that y'all not getting here? So I had a conversation with someone else. He was like, oh, I don't believe in the pandemic. I don't believe in it. And the thing about it that get me with that statement means that I'm gonna act like I don't know about dead bodies. I'm gonna act like nothing ever happened. I'm okay, Rob. I'm just a little question about the so many people are not wearing their masks. Like they're really are committed to now. Everywhere I'm going, no one has a mask on. I'm outside, nobody has masks on. I walk around with the mask. I see some people, but a lot of people don't. I'm in stores, they ain't got them on. The store people got the masks on, but the customers are not walking with masks on. And some people say when they're vaccinated. This is the thing. The doctors have said, because people don't get it, just because you're vaccinated don't mean you can't get COVID-19. People who've gotten full vaccination has gotten COVID. And they told you once you get vaccinated, you still wear the mask. Now clearly people are not taking this to part. And this is where I share this with you people who are unvaccinated. The fact that you are unvaccinated, you should have a mask on. Hey ho, people die. Exactly. Hey ho. But this is the thing. I was talking to a friend of mine. He stated to me, hi Larry. How are you, love? He said to me, I'm fully vaccinated, so I don't need a mask. Now see, this is a setup. This is the setup that's gonna get the rest of us murdered. This is a setup. They're walking around with no masks on. They're walking around like everything's fine. They're talking to people, have a conversation with people. COVID is jumping on them. And they're coming back to you, which you wore a mask, and they don't have a mask on. And you take your mask off to talk to them. Now you got it. He purposely or she delivered COVID-19 straight to you. Even though you wore a mask, but they was like, well, I'm vaccinated. So they didn't wear one. So all through the streets, anywhere they could get the COVID, they've been everywhere. Here it is, you play safe, you wear your mask because you're not vaccinated. Here this person comes to your household that thinks that they're fully vaccinated, give it to you. Now you're fighting for your life because this person believed that they couldn't get it because they was vaccinated. Let's just say this. Suppose they do get it, but they don't get it that bad. But it gives it to you and it kills you. And everybody out there coughing. Exactly. That's the thing I'm talking about. It's like when I tell you, when I walked down the street, it was me and this older woman. It was actually me, an older woman, and another woman had the masks on. Nobody else had masks on. Nobody, the guys on the street didn't have nobody had masks on. They're looking at me like I'm crazy. I must be walking through a space. All these people really dying out here. Clearly, I don't believe we are getting the whole truth about exactly. But see, the thing, Rez, is that people are dying, and people walking around with these masks on. And with me, I guess because of the situation I went through, and me being at the funeral parlor and stuff, and so many people. I think the fact that I was at the funeral parlor, it was like a rush, say goodbye to whoever and get out because we got our bodies. The funeral parlor said they have never made so much money in their life. They said they're making so much money they don't even bring the bodies in from the hospital because they're booked in the funeral homes or booked up in the storage area where the bodies there. They tell you to come they tell you to you get an hour to talk to you and you have to get out. When you walk out the door, there's a line of people as if it's a concert. People waiting to say goodbye to their loved ones. And think about it. A funeral home usually give you like 2 hours to say, do the scene, like you get to view the body. They're not even doing that. They're booked up. You have to basically just come in the same that morning, see the person, everything okay. They open the door, you gotta go. That's how quick they're getting them out because they're overloaded. They got too many bodies to go around, and everybody's walking around with no mask on. No mask. They are booked. They're so overbooked that they're tired. They have to sleep, and you have to drive the cars to the front. I'm like, what am I missing here? Because I just went through this whole thing with the funeral parlor, and y'all walk around no mask on. That's why I make sure everybody that's with me wear masks, even when going to the grocery stores and going to own film. But see, this is the thing about people will wear like this. This is the catch of it. They won't wear masks, right? But they know how you are, so they'll put the mask on when they come to see you. And they're like, you said, where's your mask? Oh, it's right here. Ain't had it on one time. Ain't had it on. But telling you, well, I got my mask here. So anything that they caught, they got to give it to you. Now here it is. You done fell on the ground in the house. You passed out. They done went home. And here it is. You done fell basically almost into a coma. Until somebody got to check up on you, do a what's that called, a people check and stuff to see if you're okay. And they've been finding, and they've been putting on TikTok that people have been finding where their friend is at for a week, finding to the houses, people in the house already dead. Guys was going to college, went to class and stuff. 21 years old. They was doing a people check. I forget what they call it, a people check or something. And he was in there dead. And everybody's like, it's so weird because it's like you're having a conversation and it's coming on you. No one is washing their hands. That's over with. The mask is over with. They walking around, running up to you, getting up in your face. It's a wellness check. Yeah, thank you, Tanya. So I'm like, hey, MG, I'm like, what is going on with y'all? And where I live, nobody has a mask. I mean, nobody. I mean, like I said, it was one lady, and it was an older woman. And then it was me. But when there's people in the stores, they got their masks on. But the customers don't. The customers are coming in the store. Now, remind you, they don't have a mask on. And if everything is accurate, when they say that COVID spreads, they have no gloves on. So if they're coughing and they pick up something in the store, it's on their hand. So the COVID is on their hand, and that was on whatever they touched. So anything they touch, now remind you, they're not showing. Anything they touch now, and here it is, you come into the store, you pick the same item up they just took, not aware because it's by itself. Now you put it in your bag. Now you don't pick it up, put it in your hand. Then God forbid if you go like this, you know how you put your hair at your face? Now you don't put it up close to your face. Now it's on you. Okay, let's just say this. You wore your mask and stuff, unaware of it. You got the items because now you got it in your hand. So the person touched the item with the COVID. Now the items in here because you don't got gloves on. So now here it is. You go put your stuff in the bag. Then you go put your bags down. Then you take your mask off. And then you take the bag. And you start to, now remind you, you didn't throw the bag inside you didn't throw the bag in the sink. You didn't take a bag and start spraying it down with Lysol. You just picked the bag up, put it on the floor, just pick the items up and put it to your cabinet. So it's just like spread. It's like, oh, it just keeps spreading. Y'all told people they vaccinated. That's all they wanted to hear. And at the end of the day, the ones like me, who's basically following the rules, we are have to watch everything we do because they're not following the rules. And the ones who are vaccinated are killing us. T.S. Madison brother had COVID. He gave it to her. Exactly, Deshaun. Exactly my point. T.S. Madison just had it. Her mother had it. T.S. Madison got fully vaccinated and she had the COVID. And her mother and her brother got it. And they wore masks. So T.S. Madison and her mother wore masks. They got around her brother. So allegedly the brother gave it to them too. I still wear masks to the day, even when. Exactly. But see, this is the thing about it. We're not even wearing gloves, y'all. Think about it. We don't got gloves in our hand. Okay, fine if you're not wearing gloves. When before you pick items up, you touch it and stuff. Do you scrub that stuff in your hand and then touch it? Or do you just grab it and go? If you got a lot in your mind, the last thing you're thinking about is washing your hands before you touching something. Now, we wouldn't have to do this if it was still mandated for people to wear their masks when they go inside this place. But if we're saying it's okay, people not doing it, people not following the rules, that makes us in danger. You see something that's very wrong with this. I had COVID. They gave me 2 pack and I was fine a few weeks, but they are claiming the thing is uncontrollable. Yeah, exactly, right? I just saw a lady at my job throw up and wipe her hands on her. Exactly. We have a lot on our mind. Hey, Hats girl, how are you? And see, that's the thing about it. We're not thinking about this because we're like, okay, see, this is the thing about us. We have so much in our mind and we're going to the store, we're following the rules. Clearly, nobody else is. So we touch stuff and we pick up items and get food and stuff. We don't know if they touched that stuff before. We don't know if they touched it. We don't know if they have. We don't know if they coughed. We don't know nothing because they walking around just giving it to anybody because they fully vaccinated. So by them being fully vaccinated, they're all up in everybody's face, talking to everybody up and down the street that could be sick, and they're coming in and giving it to you. The setup is crazy. Now here it is. You in the house. Hopefully, like you said, a wellness check. You got somebody to check up on you. These bodies up. The thing about it is that I just think we live in a world where people feel like it's never going to happen to me. Like that ain't my problem, that ain't my problem. But the thing is, it is happening. A disease don't discriminate. It's the one thing you don't have to worry about discrimination. The diseases don't discriminate. It will get you. And I'm going to tell you something. It is nothing like failing health when you are sick and you're so weak that you can't even get up. People don't even understand what it's like when you can't even stand on your legs are so weak, and then you falling, and you got to find somebody. And God forbid if you fall and hit your head, and then you're knocked out. I got a vax and still wear masks and respect others. I don't want to get exactly. That's good, but a lot of people are not even wearing masks anymore. They already done put them away. When I tell you, around 95% of 85%, I'll say they ain't got no masks on. I saw a bunch of people. I saw 4 guys, no mask. People across the street, no mask. It was one lady walking towards me. She had a mask on. Another lady had a mask on. The men, forget it. I have not seen a man with a mask on. And when men go into the store, they pissed off, like, well, I gotta wear a mask. So I watch men argue over wearing a mask in the store. Like, it is so unbelievable. But I understand your reason why, because you lost your parents, and it's probably feels the same way I lost. Right. The thing about it is, it's so weird to me. And probably just because, just like you said, Rex, probably because I'm a little traumatized of what I've seen. I think the difference, like you said, I was sitting in it. Like, it's different when you're watching on TV and stuff. But when you sit in it and you're in the funeral home, it's like, whoa. Hey, Violet, how are you, sweetie? I just was attacked by transformers. What happened, Violet? The National Guard did a wellness check on me, yet I had been fine for months. Okay. Some store employees don't even wear. I believe it. I think they'll block me from talking on here. Why you say that, Rob? It's just weird, though. It's so weird to me. It is so weird. Like, why is this so? Why do we have such a problem listening? What is wrong with our listening skills? And the thing about it, I think it's like driving. You know, you drive your car, you drive for other people, not for yourself. You got to drive your car looking at everybody trying to hit you. Because at the end of the day, people just get licensed and everything on the road is theirs. So if you don't, you have to make sure when you cross the line, watch the light. Somebody's speeding, they want to catch the light, and they'll hit you. I think I'm blocked from talking to you. Why do you say that, Rob? I can hear you. They are attacking me, saying I was a man in the wig. Violet, don't pay that mess no mind. You can't stop stupidity. People gonna talk about you to the day you die. You cannot wear a mask here. You'll be in jail. That's the thing, man. But the people do it. People gonna talk about you, Violet. You just gotta let it go. People talk about me like a dog too, and I understand your pain. Trust me. And I know people don't. And I try to share ways of trying to deal with when people misgender me or try to start a fight with me, because I have to go into my head. And sometimes that you got to do, Violet. You got to go into your head and have a conversation with yourself. That means that you can't react to people. This is how I play it. I'm going to say by myself because I know how everybody moves. But when somebody says something to me I don't like, the first thing I think about is anger. I'm thinking about anger. So while you want to argue, I'm coming another way. Because I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to work on your body. And the best person got to win. Because I'm going to work. And I know, and see with me, I already know. When I do this, I know I'm going to jail. Because I know I'm going to jail for murder. Because I know I'm going to kill him. So I have to think about this before I react. Before I say something, this comes into my mind. Raven, you know what you're going to do. And you know what you're going to do is going to consequence. Now, if you kill him, either you're going to walk away, or you're going to run, or you're going to hide. Now, if you walk away and run, you know somebody's going to point out where you live. And they're going to see you on a surveillance video. They're going to come straight to your house and get you. Because I'm sure they already know where you live anyway. So if you kill him, you know you have to suffer the consequences. Then you got to go to jail. And then the parents going to be screaming and calling, oh my God, why did you kill him? You didn't have to kill him. Because all of a sudden now he's the innocent person and you all of a sudden a perpetrator that attacked him. Even though you was minding your business, he got up there, got all that battery in his bag, though he could make you into a victim. Then he ended up being on a homicide in one of those body bags with the coroner's office coming to pick him up while he's standing out there screaming and crying all on the news, talking about something, why? And he crying, and they crying and crying. You didn't have to kill my daddy. You didn't have to kill. So they're giving this whole performance of drama, but they don't want the simple fact of the matter is what he did to you. Because that's how it plays out. All of a sudden, even though you was the one minding your business, it'll be all turned around as if you was a person. And let me just be clear. There are a lot of women sitting in prison for defending themselves. A lot of women are in prison for defending themselves and not being murdered. And when I speak of this, I mean all women. So if they don't get murdered, you have to go to jail for it. And I'm not saying in all cases, but many women are sitting in prison to this day now for defending themselves, for being raped, for trying to be raped on the street, being jumped by a man, being jumped by a gang of men, and she ended up killing them, and she has to sit in jail and try to figure out her case to try to find out why was it that she felt the need to kill a person that tried to hurt her. Now she has to prove to the court that she was feared for her life. And that's how it works. I'm reporting them. Exactly. Go ahead and report them. I always keep content so I can report people that are in school. Yeah, do that. Do what works for you. But my thing is this: if you report people, make sure you keep your mouth closed. Don't be out there telling myself I reported you. Don't get all that extra energy. Be smart. Be smart. Know when to close your mouth and react. Don't be all up in their face, because one thing about black people, when they mad, they run their mouth. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. When a white person get upset, they go, oh, don't worry about it. And they go behind your back and rock your world. As soon as black people get upset, I'm going to get you, I'm going to do this. White person, I apologize. There must be some misunderstanding. And when the white person says you let you know, okay, then they go behind your back and they rock your world. So be mindful, be smart how you move. I know, but people here are distracted hearing that COVID, they don't pay me no mind. Okay, I'm back to letting me type again. I love this conversation, Rob. I reported them to the apartment complex tomorrow. Okay, Val, just be safe. It's okay. Don't let nobody talk about y'all. They're beautiful because loaded family. Rex, trans women are always treated so bad. But it's not just trans women, it's women. I'm talking about women, not just trans women. I'm talking about women in general. Women. See, the thing about it, when you are a transgender woman, you're stepping in the woman's world. So anything a woman has gone through, whether it's been bad or endearing or murdered or raped, those are going to be your storyline. The only difference between her story and yours is that you won't be pushing no baby out and you won't be bleeding every month. But at the end of the day, your storyline will be a lot like hers. That means she's going to make, God forbid, all this is God forbid, murdered, raped, killed, fighting back, defending yourself, being jumped, being raped by a bunch of men, kidnapped, human trafficking. This is now your story. Now, maybe those things wasn't because you was born in another body before you transition. So now your new world comes with a lot of tags on it. And the tags that's been done into your new world is not something you're going to be used to. So you just can't go outside in the middle of the night and just like, I'm going to go to the club at nighttime. As a woman, you have to have a party of people with you because you will be raped. You will be human trafficked. And let's be clear, I'm not saying this can't happen to men, but as a woman, you're more of an easier target. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people don't really look for women like they look for men. A lot of people don't look for women like they look for men. They look for men. Breonna Taylor Breonna Taylor was in house bed asleep, and she was murdered in her own bed, shot through the doors and everything. The boyfriend went to jail for shooting back. They always in plain clothes. He's not even in jail. Hey, little, they didn't even go to jail. Now here it is, a woman that was killed, and in her bed. Now let's all just. I want y'all to just think about this 1 second. Y'all in your house, and y'all in the bed. All of a sudden you hear boom, and they start shooting through the door. If y'all hear somebody where y'all in the bed shooting at your front of your door with plain clothes on, y'all thinking this is a B&E breaking in the entry. So the first thing the guy did was try to call the cops. They were shooting. Those are called home invasions. So they shooting. Here it is. The last thing you thinking, these are cops. The first thing you're thinking, this is somebody coming to harm you. Now you calling the cops to let them know they shooting. They killed her. He's trying to get shot back. They in plain clothes. Now remind you, just imagine this is you. You shooting back, they're in plain clothes. They take you and lock you up for fighting back on somebody leaving up. Then come to find out, they thought it was a drug, that they were selling drugs out the house. Then come to find out the person that they thought it was already locked up. So they had the wrong person. So you had the wrong person. The person was already locked up, and you went there, and then you killed this girl who wanted to save lives. And in return, you took hers, and then you took a boyfriend. Then you put him in jail, and you said you were going to press charges against him for fight back. And in the same breath, if any of those cops was in their bed with their wife and their children, and a bunch of men came in through there shooting at them, the last thing they're going to do is think, these are the cops. They're going to defend themselves. They're going to grab their gun. But the only difference within this circumstances, was I hate to go here, but it is what it is the fact of the matter is that he's white. And he's going to get much more of a respectful thing. He'll get a knock on the door. He won't come with the guns blazing. It's the same thing when a mother tells the son that when a cop stops him at the car, when the cop stops him, just submit and comply. And every woman knows who has a child, that is just a death sentence within itself. We can sit back and watch a whole bunch of white people do stories and tell the cops, oh, why you stopping me, sir? Da, da. We can watch this. And we can watch this, but see, we know the color of their skin is not going to be no harm to them. We don't get those accolades when it comes to us. We're shot right there in the car. We're shot right there in the car. They come with the gun already out shooting at us. So my thing is this. We do know, and everybody knows, even though I was talking to somebody, a Donald Trump fan, he was like, Reverend, we do know. He's a white guy. He was like, well, you do know, we know that y'all get it bad. We do know that y'all get killed. We do know that we have privilege. And his sister is a big judge, and my thing is this, is you got a Trump thing, and my thing is this. When you tell your son to comply, doesn't mean he's gonna come home. You just pray to God you get a cop that stop him or her with a heart. That's all. And remind you, some skin folks ain't kin folks. Some black people will sit up there and take one of your own out just to show that they got no problem doing it. They're rookies. And the sad part about it is, it's sad that in 2021 we're still here, but it seems to still be escalating. But there are a lot of women in prison now for defending themselves against men. And the sad part about it is, when you go to the men's prison, it's packed with women trying to get him out. A woman with a weak spirit and a broken heart will help a man lie and get him out. Same thing with the R. Kelly thing. The R. Kelly thing kept him out for years. Women knew, but it's weird because we live in a hypocrite world. If them little girls was their mother or their daughter, the story be changed. See, the only time people understand it when it happened to them. Other than that, they can't comprehend nothing that you're saying. Nothing. Why in the hell were the kick-ups shooting? They came in shooting because they had the wrong place. But they killed her. That's the thing about it. They killed her. She went to help people, and they helped her with bullets on her. Them cops ain't been charged. Them cops still walking around. George Floyd's got charged. They ain't trying to fix everything. They're not going to. Now just imagine this. Some cops feel intimidated by you holding up a camera phone. So by you holding up a camera phone against him for your safety, he's intimidated because he knows that he may do something wrong. So they'll shine a light on you so you can't videotape. If you're not doing nothing wrong, nothing to hide, why are you trying to put that light on so I can't tape? See, good people don't do those things. They're like, tape me, I don't care. But bad people do because they know where their heart is at. or they know what they have done before that haven't got caught yet. Bad behavior is just not something that just happens. It's already been practiced a tons of time. When I went to go see about the car, it was a cop. It was a cop where I was at that tried to start a fight with me. Cops have been known to try to start fights with me too. Cops have been known to try to start fights with me. I ignored them. Cops have been known. So it's like, okay, let me sit down. I get it from cops. I get it from people on the street. So I just ignore them all because I'm not going to give you what you want. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying all cops are bad. You got to get that PSA thing. But my thing is this, is that until I see different, I don't see them different. When I see a cop car, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. And like the other people say, well, debunk the thing. But the thing about it is, it goes back to if it don't happen to you. People only make actions when it happens to them. Other than that, they can't comprehend nothing you're saying. Until it's their mother, until it's their sister. And then they want you to feel sorry for them. And that's the thing about it. Because even when I go down the street and stuff like that, men, like today, I went down the street and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to say I'm not sure, because one thing about me, I don't speak out unless I'm accurate. But usually I don't speak out because, like me, I know I have anger issues. How long I've been on here? Because I said I'm going to be here that long. I know I have anger issues, so I can't respond to people. So due to the fact that I know my anger, I have to just take a lot of L's. I have to hear it and don't hear it. And the thing about me is, I was walking down the street, and one thing I try to make sure I do, which I mess up on this. I mess up on this all the time. My goal is to, hey Miss Moore, my goal is to, if I see a bunch of guys, my goal is to cross the street and walk around them. Excuse me. But me being triggered with anger, I go straight through them. I go straight through them. And let's be clear, that's not smart. That's not smart. But I'm very angry. I'm very angry because of a lot of things I've dealt with. And I'm not going to bring that all into this, but I'm very angry because the simple fact of the matter is that minding my business is a problem for you. I tell all Black people, yeah, I, minding my business is a problem for you. There have been men that have grabbed me, pulled me to their friends, don't even know what's up. I've had men kiss me on the street. I have had men stop their cars, ask me for a hug. I've had men literally stop me. I've had men to try to rape me on the street. And the thing about it is, I'm minding my business. I stay by myself. I move differently. I try to stay out of everybody's way, but my eyes are always open. And my trust thing is crazy. But the thing about it is, I'm afraid of me. When I say that, that means I'm afraid of who I keep trying to put my hand on their head and keep it down and keep holding them down. Because I know they're gonna get me. They're gonna, they're gonna put me away. Y'all are never gonna see me again. If I don't keep this person down, that's why if y'all notice, I'm always praying. I'm praying because I know who's there and I know who's waiting to come out. And all I keep hearing is, get him, Raven. When are you going to get him? Why, Raven, get him, give him. Before you die, Raven, get him, get him, get him. And I'm like, no, no, no. I'm not going to do it. But see, remind you, I'm having these thoughts in my head. And as I'm doing this, I have to walk away. I keep walking. Sure, some people say you're a punk. That's fine. Call me out my name. That's what y'all do. You're going to do it anyway. You can talk about everybody like a dog. It's not personal. You see a woman, she got a job. She's a prostitute. You see a man, he got a nice car. He's a drug dealer. I get it. That's what y'all do. You shoot people down, and at the end of the day, all y'all do is sit outside and watch. Ain't got no dreams, no goals, no nothing, but you just watching everybody trying to have a better life and get out of the rut that they're in. But here at the end of the day, you could be doing the same thing, but you choose not to. Was all the anger issues I have more than exactly, Miss Moore. Pedro, cause those masks that even work. The virus is air. It's gonna get in when you're gonna get it. That's not true though. I mean, my thing is that the masks have worked for me. Um, it's no biggie for me. My thing is this: I have no problem following directions. If you say this is gonna help me prolong my life, I'll do it. It's no biggie for me. If you say, Raven, walk over this side of the street, I walk on that side of the street. If you say, Raven, I need you to go over this spot, then that's what I'm gonna. It's no biggie for me. I'm not the person like, oh, why I gotta do this, giving you all this energy, all this toxic, like I gotta challenge what you're saying to me. I don't gotta do all that because I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm comfortable that everything don't need an argument, especially if it's something to save my life. Now with the vaccine, I don't trust it because I watch people with testimonies and people don't send me too many people screaming, hollering, crying. Now everybody can do everything they want to do. That's fine. That works for you. Go for it. But I'm trying to figure out how it is that out of the clear blue sky, you got a vaccine, but you don't got a vaccine for cancer. So why cancer isn't cured, and all these other diseases that's incurable? Why is these? Why is these things? Why is AIDS not? Why is AIDS not cured? I see you could treat it, but why is it not cured? But here it is out the clear blue sky. You're going to shoot a vaccine and say. And when I say this, listen, I'm gonna say this again. If you want to get it, get it. That's fine. But I'm gonna tell you something. Before you have any operations on your body, your organs, anything on your organs, the doctor gives you an X-ray. When doctor gives you pills, they give you pills to see if you can treat something. Your body can take it, but it's a doctor. Now, what's the difference between a drug user on the street shooting needles versus another stranger coming in shooting needles? Both of them don't really know you. Both of them didn't do x-rays on you. Both of them don't know what your body can take. Both of them are pushing drugs in your body. So at the end of the day, you can get a crazy reaction, you could get a good reaction, or you could just die. Now, if you die, they're gonna make sure it don't hit the media. They're gonna make sure that you're channeling the silence, certain words, all of a sudden you be talking, and all of a sudden your video gonna go, they're gonna silence it. So what are we doing here? The vaccine put me on my. That's what I'm saying. But what are we doing here? See, here's the thing about it. Yes, we want a cure for this. Yes, but people always want to compare. Well, it's just like the flu shot and the vaccine. So now you're comparing. Then people play doctors. I'm gonna tell you something about me. It's just like on Indeed when you apply for a job. When I check the reviews, and they be like, "Don't go here. It's the worst." People take out time to give a review for a reason. I've never saw a person take out time to do a review because they was pissed off at being fired. If you go on Indeed and they show you reviews, there's all these negative reviews. People warning you or something before you walk into the door. Don't ignore the warnings. Now, a lot of times what people do to get the employees to come on there and say nice things, but you can always tell the employee it's like one or two person, and the whole list is all bad. 1 star. People are warning people. People are giving warnings. It's like the Noah's Ark. They gave you the warning 40 days and 40 nights. You had the warning, but nobody wanted to get in that ship. They waited. But all of a sudden, you was warned. But it is what it is. That's so true. That's why I didn't take the vaccine. I ain't political. For me, just not for me. Already had COVID, but not you. But that's the thing about it. I'm not trying to stop anybody for any decisions you want to do. You have to do what you have to do. But I know a lot of people ain't screaming and crying for no reason at all. And if somebody trying to help me, just like with a job, if somebody want to help me with a job, I'm gonna let them help me with a job. If somebody want to give me money in my PayPal, I'm gonna give me money in my PayPal. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I don't want that. And the thing about it is that when people try to do things to help people, why shoot through that? And then all of a sudden they got this fact check thing. So they started going to the fact checks, and my personal opinion, telling them what not to put, that is false or not false. So that even though something could be true, they're going to put false. Because they're going to watch how people move. They're going to start watching it. See, people behind the scenes watch everything. That includes me and you. They're watching everything. Everything you click, you touch, all of a sudden you see it come down your timeline. Okay, they're seeing everything you're doing. So if you're the kind of person that's like, yo, I don't want to do this, they watching how you're doing. So they say, okay, if this person like to do journalism work, this person like to do facts check, let me start hitting places just in case they go there. So what they start doing is they start these places. And then when they give these reports, how do we know it's accurate? How do we not know? Did you get some money to put up there for that, put there? Because people love money, especially if you got a website. If I pay you to say something different, would you put it up there? Sure. All right. I give you $5,000. There it is. Oh, it's false, y'all. Don't worry about it. It's not true. They're like, well, I just looked it up. It's not true. Just like when the doctors tell people, stop going on Google to try to find out your medical reports. Go see a doctor. People go on Google. They're like, well, I'll go on Google to find out what's wrong with me. No, Google is not. You need your doctor to stick a blood needle in your arm to test your blood. When you're buying hormones and stuff, they give you a needle to test your blood. They give you a needle to test your blood, and they send it out to different laboratories. So, when the last time you get a vaccine, get vaccinated, they stuck a needle in your body and test your blood and send it to the lab to make sure that you could take this vaccine? When did they do that? When did they stick a needle in your arm to see if something in your blood that may not work with it the same way? When did they test your blood to make sure it was okay for your system? Because remember, every person on this channel is different. Some of us got kidney disease, liver disease, cirrhosis of the liver, heart disease, just a lot of things going on within our body. Diabetic, high blood pressure. There's so many things. Can it work with my body? But just say no, just stick the needle in your arm. Go ahead, you can go. When do they do the blood test on that? When did anybody had a blood test on them before getting the vaccine? When? When did they tell you to pee in a cup and stick something in to see? When did they do this stuff? See, that's called care. That's called care about a human being, in my opinion. But if you don't care, just walk and stick them in. Okay, you know. I mean, these are just things you need to think about. Because it's a lot of great areas here that's not being fulfilled for me. That's so true. That's why I don't take it. Okay. It's my insurance. If I didn't take the vaccine, I was in danger of losing my coverage. They didn't give me a choice. They told me when I go get it, like Rex, coronavirus is here to stay. Everyone will sometime during their lifetime period. Wake up, people. It's just like the outbreak We had years ago chicken pox, measles, and mumps. Um, Roller said the cops protect us, Raven. Okay, the cops protect us. The cops protect whom? I trust the cops more than black people. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not trying to change your way against cops. That's not what I'm saying. But when I say what I've seen in the research I've seen, the research I've seen, I don't know if you do research, Violet, but the research I've done, because I've done a lot of journalism work, I've seen what happened. I've done things on old women being in their house and the cops came in and shoot them. Shot grandmother, she 82 years old, and she's murdered in the house. Because she said, "What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?" She put her hands up, "What are you doing?" And they killed her. These were cops. I'm not trying to change your way. My thing is this. What I've seen, what I've seen, and what I've witnessed. I watch cops frame people. What I'll tell you about me. This is years ago with me with cops. Cops and me be seen, you know. I told you this story before. I'm gonna tell you this story again. Okay, this is a long time ago. I was young. I was in I was in oof. I had to be in elementary school. I was in elementary school and I was with my mother. We went to the store. So we go to the store and stuff, and I like to go look at the fish. I used to like to look at the fish inside the tanks and stuff. And my mother walked around the store to get some stuff. I don't know what she probably knowing her probably some kitchen stuff and So we're in the store and stuff. So I'm walking in the store and I'm looking at the fish, and then I walked over to look at the what's the things called? The stereos, the equipment and stuff like for music. So I'm walking back to the door, and these cops in plain clothes, black, white, but mostly black, they lift me up in the air and they grab me. Now all I'm thinking, I'm being kidnapped. They were not in cop clothes. They was in plain clothes. Let me say this again. They were not in cops' uniforms. They was in plain clothes, like men on the street. A whole bunch of men grabbed me and they took me to the back of the store. And I'm fighting them, and they all grabbing me and punching me in my ribs and pulling me in. I'm little. I wasn't even tall yet. I got tall when I got to high school. So they lift me up. I think the most I wore was like about 120 pounds the most. So I remember it was a black guy that grabbed me. He was a built black guy. He grabbed me and he took me to the back. He handcuffed me. He lifted me in the air and he threw me straight into the back of the wall, and it was dark. So I hit the wall and I fell behind the desk, and it was black. So I didn't see nothing. I didn't see it was a wall there. All I saw was a black room. So he done took me to the back. I'm handcuffed. He lifted me up in the air. It was a bunch of men. They threw me straight to the back, and I went straight. I went like a rocket. I hit the back of the wall, busted up, blood coming down my face, arms are bleeding. I'm in a predicament because now I'm behind something. I don't even know what I'm behind. So I'm inside of there. I'm trying to get up inside it. I'm trying to get up. My mind, I'm thinking I'm being kidnapped. I'm thinking I'm about to be murdered. So here it is. I got blood coming down me, which I thought was sweat, but it's blood. Hey, Nova. So here it is. They come inside. They lift me up with the handcuffs like this. They lift me up like this because I was light. So they lift me up by handcuffs and they pull me on the thing. It's a bunch of men. They brought a bag in. They brought a bag in the room, and they said, you were stealing this stuff. I said, what? They said, you were stealing this stuff. And all I could think it is, you're framing me. I said, I'm not stealing nothing. They said, you were stealing this stuff. They said, yeah, you thought you was going to get it. Now, all these cops interrogate me in the room, in the back. Now, remind you, I'm a minor. I'm a minor. So they interrogate me in the back. It's a bunch of them. So here it is. I'm all these men, and they all up in my face and stuff like that, pushing me and, giving me all this. And, you know, I had an Afro grabbing me by my hair, talking to me like this. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, they said, why are you in here? You come in this step. So they talking on the walkie-talkie. I got him in here. So the other guys came in. It was a lot of men. So I said, that's not mine. They said, sure, it's not yours. So they started laughing at me and stuff. You thought you was going to steal this to get out the store. I said, I didn't steal nothing. I said, why would I come in and steal? They said, you came in and steal something. It was just all up in my face. I didn't know what to say. So they talked to walkie-talkie. They said, so they was like, where they at? So the rest of the cops came in. So the rest of the cops, now remind you, it's packed with a bunch of cops. It had to at least be about 10 cops. So the rest of them came in. They came in and said, got this. Oh, you got them. So they all rest because they knew that they caught me and came to the back. So the other guy already knew what the person looked like. So they was glad. They ran through the door and they saw me. They said, they did like this to the guy. That's not the person. They said, that's not the person. So then he walked back in the room. He was like, why was you in here? Now, remind you, he didn't say, I'm apologizing to you. He didn't say, mistaken identity. The black man, I'm not talking about a black man, a black cop. He didn't say, I'm a police officer. He didn't say he was the detective. He didn't say none of this stuff. They never identified themselves as cops. I just assumed that's what they was when they put the handcuffs on me. Still in plain clothes. So after he found out, he said, well, why are you in here? I said, I'm in here with my mother. They all bust out laughing. Oh, you in here with your mother. They said, well, if you're in here with your mother, what's her name? So I told her the name. So they called my mother's name on a loud intercom in the store. And it was like, yeah, so you mean, they said, you about to go down. I said, go down where? They said, you going down. Now, remind you, the guy already told him you had the wrong person. Now, you would think they would have took the handcuffs off. No. So now at this point, they still up on me. Now, you would think at this point they would go, no, they stayed in character. Now, remind you, my arms is bleeding from the handcuffs. They done swelled up. My face is swelled up. Now, remind you, they call my mother. She comes inside the place in the back. And they stopped looking. They got quiet. She was like, what's going on? They was like, we thought your child was in here stealing. She said, what's going on? She said, I said, they accused me of stealing. They put this bag over here. She said, uncuff my child. They uncuffed me. Now, mind you, I'm still in handcuffs. They uncuffed me. At this point, I had handcuffs. All my arms were swelled up. So at this point, they was like, well, there's a mistaken identity. The person basically got away. They jumped into a car and got away and stuff. It was mistaken identity. You're free to go. You're free to go. At this point, not once they said, we'd like to apologize. They just basically told me to get out. And that was it. Cops. So tell me, how much safe do I feel with cops? I did a story about the correction officers. The correction officers, not all, are the ones that's interrogating the trans women in prison. they're being intimidated by the correction officer in prison more so than the inmate. So even though your life may not be that way, I got a bunch of receipts saying totally different. I'm a trans woman stopped me once. A cop did. He was giving me trouble while dressed. He grabbed my crowd, so then he tells me I don't sleep with him. Wow, that's crazy. If I don't sleep with him, I was going to jail. So I slept with him to keep from going to jail. I'm not even surprised, Rex. Let me tell you something. There were girls out there on a stroll, prostituting, selling their body so they could eat another day. Cops in uniform used to pick them up, make them give them oral sex, after having oral sex with the cop. The cop will do it, have oral sex, take her, put in the back of the car, drive around to the precinct, and lock her up anyway. She got locked up anyway. It was her word against his. Now she's sitting in prison. She opens her mouth. I mean, not prison, in jail. She opens her mouth. Guess what? She's gonna be sitting there for a longer time because there's a thing called the blue code of silence. So she opened up her mouth. She's gonna get it even worse. Mama who, and it's sad. And let's be clear. I'm not saying all cops are bad because they're not. There's a lot of good ones out there. Just like there's not all good people in the world, there's a lot of bad people in the world. But my thing is, everybody's treated like a criminal until proven innocent. They say you're innocent until proven guilty. No, you're guilty until proven you innocent. That's why they got a big old thing called justice is blind. They got so many people sitting in prison right now for fighting back. They're in prison because they fought back from being murdered. They wasn't given a heroic award. They're punished for saving their own lives. They got so many men that are now coming out of prison. They didn't do the crime. They did do it DNA and stuff and found out the person was innocent 30, 40, 50 years later. They even executed some, just like the guy who Jay-Z, I forget what his name was. He sat inside of prison for 2 years in Rikers Island for a book bag. For a book bag. And they kept cleaning his case. What was his name? The one for a book bag? I forget. I think the story. What was his name? His name was. His name was. Khalif Brower. Right here. He sat in Rikers Island for 3 years over a book bag. Over a book bag. And guess what else he did? He couldn't deal with all this stuff and abuse he went through. He committed suicide. He killed himself. After he got out, he killed himself. He killed himself. Even though he got an overwhelming amount of support, didn't matter. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Because he was broken. And he was broken. My thing is, everybody can't deal with everything the same way. Everybody deals with traumas differently. And he was jumped on, he was beat on. They even did a movie about him and stuff. He got overwhelming support. At 14 precinct, the pair fingerprinted and locked them up in cells. A few hours later, the officer opened the door. Bauer jumped up. I could leave now. Instead, the teens was taken to central booking in the Bronx County Court. Bowers already had a few run-ins with the police, including an incident 8 months earlier when the officer reported seeing him take a truck driver from Joyride and a crash in the park. And see, this is, to me, I don't believe this story at all. I don't believe this story. I don't believe this story. And this is what I'm saying when I tell you people will take the narrative and change it. This is what I mean. I've never once heard the fact of that he stole the drip. I've never heard this. It's the same thing with the guy who got caught in BBQs, that 42 gay guy. Everybody was gay. But the black guy ended up going to jail. He fought two people in BBQs. And they were all gay. And he caught let me see. He they oh he fought back, and the two guys didn't even go to jail. I should know his name. I got all of my name. There he is, right here. Right here. He's still in jail. It's the BBQ's fight. Now I'm gonna tell you something about this fight. Once a hit was swung on him, somebody grabbed their camera and started pressing record. Keep this in mind. If you're in a place and you saw one person allegedly hit him in the face first, he swung back, but the camera was running, and when the camera started running, it showed him hitting first. So when the camera started running, remember a hit had to go first. He was punched in the face first. He swung back is when the camera cut on. So when the camera cuts on, shows this. Now while the camera is always showing this, and he's being hit with two people. It's two people on him. So guess who's sitting in jail? Guess who's in jail? Guess what they said? They were gay bashed. Remind you. How could you be gay bashed if all three of you gay? So all three of y'all gay, but you gay bashed. He's sitting in jail now. And I'm gonna tell you this why I don't trust people. I don't trust people. I don't trust people. He know people that could get him out. But they're so worried about people finding out they gay, they let them sit in there. They so worried about other people finding out they gay, they let him stay in jail. I wish it was some type of way I can get in contact with him, but you know, he was on my list. The funny thing about him, I know him personally. I know him. Like I'm not just doing this. I didn't do a story on him. I know him personally. Like I know him. And the reason why I know him is because we did a show together about we did a show together. You see how they got this thing with Late Omi and them out there, um, with the Vogan and stuff, with the Vogan and stuff. Him and this other guy was doing this whole thing. It was a whole Vogan thing. So we was doing this whole show. We was trying to get it. We were trying to get a cast get picked up. So we put this little thing together, try to get it picked up within networks and stuff. And it was all about gay people. And basically, it was kind of like Pose, but it was a little different than Pose. But it was Pose, but it was like dancing. But it was like Pose. It was just like Pose. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about it, 'cause Pose is like dancing. But the weird thing about that is the activists, should I say the black activists, they closed their eyes to it. So I'm gonna tell you why. They were scared. It's so funny though, because I watch them all on CNN. Well, I better not say the names, but I see a bunch of people up there in these big platforms that are gay, but they rather not. They close their eyes to it because they're so worried about people find out about them. And this is your own community. Your own community is willing to let one of your own, even though he defended himself against 2-on-1, he's in jail. And they said the reason why he's in jail because he used a chair. Now, I don't know, maybe somebody needs to teach me, but if I'm getting jumped by two people and I'm one person, I'm supposed to fight fair. How is this? Please tell me how this is fair. Two people fight me and I'm supposed to use my hands and I got two people fighting me. So the fact of the matter is that I used the weapon. I used a chair on two people. That was called an assault. That wasn't a weapon. So he's in jail. And of course they were white. People don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And to this day now, he's still sitting inside a prison for defending himself. That's what people do. That's what people do. And my thing is this. Let's forget about the fact that they were white. Let's talk about the fact that everybody's gay. How could you all be gay and go to jail for gay bashing? I'm not gonna put too much of his business out, but then again, I already did. But the thing about it is that it is what it is. This is the thing. This is why I don't go to these functions with this LGBT houses and all sorts of things, really. And that's why I don't even care when it comes to me. I'm not trying to do no whole click like and share, everybody, click like and share. I'm not trying to do because I don't want the exposure. I try to keep my little small group and try to find different avenues, stuff like I don't want the viral and all. I don't do that. I know how to go viral. It's pretty simple. I just don't want that because I know the same ones you trying to help will be the same ones that stab you in the back. And one thing I realize in life, backstabbers are definitely in the LGBTQ, and the ones who look like me will stab me in my back just as quick as I could get up and walk out this room. So backstabbers are the ones like me as well. So my thing is just I'm not putting myself all the way out there for somebody, and at the end of the day, I'm out there and I turn around and look to see if my cavalry going to help me, and ain't nobody showing up with me. Because my cavalry is not going to show up for me. Not going to show me. I sit back and I've done depths on top of 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 depths. I've never been paid to do that. I said, why put money on a human's life? Let me try to keep people alive. Let me do what I could do to try to keep people. I put the whole package together. I said, just give it to everybody. Help me. Y'all know I have. I said, help me keep my sisters alive. I try to go to different avenues, try to keep people alive, keep people alive, keep people alive. And the same ones I try to help has been the same ones that's come for me. I've watched it over and over, and this I've watched it so much that it don't even shock me no more. I become so used to being backstabbed that I'm just shocked when it's not. I'm like this. I got so many knives in my back. I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised. That's why I don't bother with people. I let people. I'm not gonna say I let people be, but I make myself remove from people. That's why I don't go to house parties. I don't go to the gay parade. I don't. I'm good. Y'all have fun. Y'all do you. Give me 5 minutes, and you ain't got to see me again. I'm good. Just like a friend of mine been trying to get in contact with me, and I don't even want to talk to him. And I guess the thing about it with me and him, which I probably shouldn't share, but I don't care less. And the thing about it is, nah, I'm not gonna share that. I'm not gonna share it. But my thing is trust issues are real. Just like with dude 6'6" finally got a job, it's working. All of a sudden now he's a boss. I'm a boss. Then he used explicit names of calling me. So now you making a little money, and I do mean a little. But now you want to disrespect me. I can't be around you because I don't trust me. You can't abuse somebody and then come back and put a duplicate continue. Because see, the one thing about being abused, and then a person allows you back into their life to see if you've gotten better, and you try to do it again, that person that was there before is not available for that same abuse again. They know when they allow that person to come back into their life, they have to monitor their behavior. I have to monitor my behavior because I know when I'm holding back. And the thing about me, I always feel like I'm just this stick that's just bending. How far can we bend Raven? How far can we attack Raven? How far can we destroy Raven before Raven really shows up? Exactly. That's the thing about it. I believe a lot of times, just like you, Deshaun, you got backstabbed. You got introduced to me to somebody who I used to help, and now they're attacking on this page, which is so crazy to me. Like why though? Like why? It just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. And the thing about it is, he don't have to do it. But see, this is the thing that gets me with YouTube. They talk about community guidelines. You got to do the thing, the community guidelines. You got to community guidelines. So if you are really actively seeking out people that's doing things of harm, why is it that this person have a page? They are attacking people. They're wishing death on people. They're trying to get these people harm, but y'all still let them do this. So do a dead body have to show up on YouTube for you to sit back and say, "Oh, we were wrong. We should have took away their channel." Do a dead body have to make you on YouTube to put this person channel down? Because the community guidelines, I think, supposed to be to help people, but this person trying to get death, trying to get somebody kill people, trying to talk to people, and you giving this platform to go after people, to destroy people for no reason at all, and you still, even though their channel being reported tons and tons of times. And the thing about it is, it's only important when a body shows up. So once a dead body shows up, oh, we need to take this serious now. But they dead now. So really, at what point you should have? And the thing about it is, it's overwhelming because it's like you keep screaming at them. You keep screaming. You got other people screaming and screaming. Everybody screaming for help. But then you post anything is, oh, it's the community guidelines. There is a community guidelines. You have to, watch out, be careful of the community. Community guidelines for whom? Whom? Do bodies have to show up for you to take it serious? Do bodies have to show up? You have a person that's actively trying to get people murdered. You have a person that's actively trying to get people killed. You got a person that's actively doing these things, and you're not doing anything about it. And it's been reported tons of times. And it still gives them the opportunity to still go after people. To still. So when a dead body shows up, then lawyers are involved to start suing. Then everybody wants to say, then all of a sudden we have to retract everything. You don't have to retract everything and somebody's screaming something and they keep sending you receipts to just take the person off the spot. But no, they won't do that. Why is it that somebody always got to die for somebody to take something serious? Why is it? I've gotten things from people sharing stuff with me. They being attacked behind the scenes. Let me see if I can bring it up. Just in case YouTube is watching this. And the thing about it is, I have so many people sending me stuff, talking about Raven help me. I'm being attacked, and I can't even find it. I should have copied it and shared it. I should have copied it. Let me see. Here it is. Here is the person right here. This person's been attacking people's page, and YouTube has not taken them down. Can I get this camera? Blue Wolf, Blue Wolf Phoenix Rising. His first name was Apocalypse the Destroyer. YouTube has not taken down this person's name. And this person has done nothing but attack people and attack people and attack people. Wishing death on people. This is in somebody's inbox. This is how many times they even going to people's inbox attacking them. YouTube has not taken this person down, but constantly speak of community guidelines that this person attacked people. So make sure y'all report his channel again and keep reporting it till YouTube finally wake up and remove them before a dead body ends up being seen. Because I'm tired of doing stories on people being murdered and killed. Here it is. I'm showing you what he's doing. I got a bunch of people that he's done attack, and y'all still got his page up. So any authorities out here, go to his page and contact YouTube or something. This man is going after so many people, trying to get people hurt and harmed and killed. Where's that? Can I get this thing? Okay. Yeah, he's sick. I know he's sick. He was pissed off at you because he felt like you wanted backside. My thing is this. My thing is this is unnecessary. They did report him, but you two keep putting him back up. If you two keep, if my thing is this man has gotten, this man has not gotten so worse that he's going to people's inboxes. He's going in people's inboxes. And see, this is how people become serial killers. He's hitting up online. He's watching people online. He's going behind the scenes. He's going to the inboxes, hitting them on Instagram, going to everywhere they at, tracking them down, to come after them, attack them. What is it going to take? What is it going to take for you to take away their page? Take away their page. Delete it. Everybody report that page. Report that page. Because my thing is, I'm tired of doing dead bodies. I really am. Here is a man that's going after people, and I'm letting you know what he looks like. I've shared it before. Remind you, nobody's bothering this person. This person goes after, and it's not even just people here. He goes after everybody. So when is the community guidelines coming in? When is the community guidelines coming in? You got to. You said there's certain words to watch out for, but here it is, a man that's going to see attacking people, trying to get other people to attack people, trying to get people even attack me. He been wanting me taken care of. He wanted somebody to take me out. He been wanting me murdered. He been trying his best to get me murdered. And the thing about it, his first name was Apocalypse the Destroyer, and now he changed his name to Brew Rises. And he's constantly trying to find another way to go after people. He's been trying to get me murdered for a couple of years now. He's been trying to put it on me. He's been doing everything he could possibly do. He used to be on my lives. He used to be on my lives. He used to be on my lives. And the girls used to tell me, they said, Raven, he doesn't like the girls. He's going to, and remind you, he never showed his face. And they said, Raven, he was saying a lot of things behind the back. And what he did behind the back came into the light. Found what he's doing. I said, we said we was going to reject him from the live because he was doing a lot of dark stuff. It's kind of like a low-key serial killer type of thing, in my opinion. And then all of a sudden, he raised up out the blue sky, started showing his face, and he started attacking. He started attacking me and everybody else, even people in this live. He attacked everybody. Even when y'all watch him do live, he done attack everybody. He done went after everybody, just attacking them. But for what? But YouTube giving him a platform so he could do it. But where are the community guidelines when you got a man that's out here trying to get people murdered? When are you going to do that? Do the channel news got to get it involved? Do the news station need to come on and say, well, you too, here's a person been trying to get people murdered, and you still give them a page? Like, my thing is this, do we need a body in order for you to say, okay, we need to take a stance on this? Nobody's doing nothing. Yeah, he's mentally disturbed. He's crazy. He's a horrible person. I hate him. Yeah, he's on YouTube. Exactly, Angel. I never hear of him. Yes, he's him. Yeah, it's the YouTube. His videos are horrible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he does. And YouTube talking about community guidelines, but you're giving this man a platform to destroy people. So where's the community guidelines? So you promoting hate. So when one of us get murdered, God forbid, or killed, then what? And make sure everybody here make sure you all keep your receipts. Make sure you keep all your receipts. Because my thing is this, if it comes to when we have to get a lawyer, then we have to do what we got to do. Keep your receipts. Don't delete nothing. Don't delete nothing. Because they got this thing called criminal crime online. Because then it comes to a point we just have to go to court. My thing is this, is that this man is dangerous. He has done nothing but trying to get people taken care of. He's trying to get other people. He's been doing everything he could possibly do. He said, I hate women. A whole bunch of stuff about me. I could care less about me because quiet as is kept. I'm not bothered. I believe it, but they're going to have to. Because a closed mouth. My thing is this: if you make a lot of noise, YouTube can't got nothing but the answer. You have to make a lot of noise. You can't sit in silence. I always said before, you can't get mad at people if they don't know. Yeah, he's mentally ill. And mentally ill people do crazy stuff. Anyway, I just want to share that with you. I wasn't supposed to talk about. My thing is this: is that Biden just did a whole thing on protect trans people. Biden just made a law to protect trans people. So here it is, a man that's doing everything he can to destroy them. Not even just them, some everybody else too. And here it is, he's got a platform to try to do it. So he's trying to navigate people up to try to get somebody murdered. And for what? What did I do that makes me feel as I need to be killed? We've got to speak as an exactly on Venus. Raven, what is this going to stop? It's going to stop. It's going to have to stop. We have to make a lot of noise. The only time things make a lot of noise is when you create a lot of noise. I watched him, and the thing about it is, he just don't hate people in LG. He's attacked women, biological women. He's attacked them. I've watched so many people hit me up like, Raven, he's attacking me. He's attacking me. It's just, my thing is, when when do these community guidelines kick in? When do these community guidelines kick in? When? And you keep giving this man a platform to go after people, but you give me the community guidelines, you limited everything I do, as if I'm doing anything that's really bad to destroy people. Only thing I have ever do has tried to help people. And I have a restricted count. My count is restricted. I'm restricted. How am I restricted? But you know what? That's either here, that's the thing. So it is what it is, and it's fine because everybody sees things differently. But my thing is this: is that all I ever tried to do was help people. All I ever tried to do was give a voice to a mother whose child committed suicide, whether it was a trans man or a trans kid or a trans kid, trans children. I've talked to those mothers by and say everything I've tried to do is to help, not to help Raven, to help others, to keep them alive. And I got a whole man that feels as though what I'm doing is not positive in his eyes, so he need to get me removed. And then YouTube giving him, and the thing about it is, he's created a platform off of hate. And it is what it is. One time I went to his page and I saw people backstabbing me on his page, and I looked, and it's fine. I'm not, see, backstabbing is normal for me. We should be drowning YouTube, Twitter pages, and everything. You're right. The guy came at me a while. I had to get rid of the channel to start a new one. Right. Exactly, Venus. That's the thing I'm talking about. It. But why haven't YouTube done anything? They keep saying the laws have changed, it restricted the community guideline. So why is he still up? Why? Better yet, maybe because I'm saying something now. Maybe YouTube be because I'm saying it. Because a lot of y'all, I guess, don't kind of, I don't know. With me, I'm saying it. But it probably won't go nowhere because I'm saying it either. But we'll see. But like I said before, I can't do it alone. So maybe people on HAP, so maybe lawyers, because there's a bunch of journalists and so much everybody, maybe everybody join in and be allies to try to get this man who's trying to get somebody killed for no reason at all. You know, maybe people join in to try to put a stop to this BS because it's uncalled for and it's unacceptable. We're in a whole full-blown pandemic. We got people dying. We got people being murdered. You got somebody trying to get people murdered. I watch on some news report when a husband was trying to get his wife killed, or a wife was trying to get her husband killed, and they had detectives and stuff like that, and they locked them up for trying to do that. So why is y'all not doing this now with him? He's trying to get people killed, and he's actively doing it. Anyway, so it's really sad the way we live in this world. So we have to do better, and I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm not. But my whole thing is I don't take out time just to hurt somebody. It's not worth it. It's not. How long was I on here? Lord Jesus, I said I was going to be here for an hour. I said I was going to be here for 1 hour. Be here for 2 hours. Okay. But the thing is, look, the whole thing of this was about the mask and the vaccine. Because like this guy says, I don't believe in that. I'm not gonna I'm not wearing a mask. And then he wanna come see me. So when he's not masked up, anything that and anybody he was in front of is gonna come on me. Then I have to watch out for my life, but it is what it is. So make sure y'all keep your masks on. If you go in the stores, I don't even know what to say with that. I was like, get some gloves, because clearly it's about to get worse. It's about to get worse. Body's gonna start dropping. It's gonna get worse because you done told them to take the mask. Well, I'm not saying you done, but the masks are not on people. That means that it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get real worse. Watch what I tell you. But in the meantime, you don't have to be a part of the get worse. You could be a part of stay ready. So wear your mask and don't be pulling your mask down to talk to nobody. You keep your mask on and you talk to them through the mask. I know you hate it because it's too hot, but talk to them through the mask because this is your health. This is not about race. This is not about height. This is not about a money value. This is health. And if you don't got nothing else, all you got is your health. That's all you got. You got children, protect your children, keep your children away from people, especially these ones that's vaccinated, walk around with nothing on their mouth. Protect your children. If your children want to talk to them, take your child over there. So you got to talk to my child over here and put a little mask over your child. No. Because it's going to get worse before it get better. Because as long as people taking masks off, we're starting all the way from the beginning. We're starting from the beginning. And what I witnessed today, there were no one with masks on. No one. But 3 people. And I saw a bunch of people today. I saw people in the stores. But I saw a bunch of people. Nothing. They looked at me like I was crazy. But due to the fact, like I said before, the funeral homes only give you an hour and you got to get out. It's a constant line of people. They're having concerts now. People around each other with the concerts on ain't even got masks on. I'm telling you, watch what's going to happen within a few weeks. Watch what's going to happen. We all going to be right in the houses. They got the martial law. Watch what's going to happen. It's going to blow up in people's faces. Watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. Because now the unvaccinated people are going to be giving it to the people. No, the vaccinated people are going to be giving it to the people that are unvaccinated. And the sad part about it is, even though you're vaccinated or fully vaccinated, you still can get it because people have gotten it and died fully vaccinated. But they try to make sure that nobody sees that as well. Because the internet is trying to block a lot of things. But in the meantime, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Because unfortunately, we're in a world right about now that's not really caring about people the way they should. You got these monies for people to give apartments, have places to live, and pay for rent, and they make you have to go through turnstiles and dupes and dives just to try to get on there to get it, and they have to check records to see if you're approved. In the meantime, the pandemic is still moving. In the meantime, they're giving late fees. In the meantime, you're being put on the street. In the meantime, anyway, I pray for you all to be safe. I pray for you all when you go in the stores to keep in mind somebody may have touched this and everybody's not wearing masks. Keep in mind, I pray for you all to be safe in this world we're living in. Because right about now, I'm tired of seeing deaths, and I'm tired of looking at deaths, and I'm tired of seeing dead bodies. I'm tired. I'm already prepared. Munch crunch, right? Right, Mr. Moore. Just be prepared. I want y'all to stay ready because the food supply has changed. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, y'all. Please don't sit back and when people screaming behind the walls, listen to them. People not gonna take a chance to make a video and be wrong. They trying their best. And God bless the people who've gotten to people, try to help them. God bless y'all. And I pray that y'all be safe as well. Anyway, please be safe, y'all. Especially if you have an older mother and an older father, please protect them. You got mothers and fathers, please protect them because they're at risk. You know the sad part about it? When I went to get my mother's stuff out the bag, for her dying from COVID, I got her mask. I got her mask in my coat, her coat. And she wore the mask. She wore the mask. And who gave it to her? She said the guy came to her house. Gave it to her. That's what she said in the hospital. Because the guy that came near, they were all friends. And they didn't have their masks on. So when they got around her, it was full speed ahead. She caught it just like this. My father caught it just like this. He went in the rooms to check up on my father, spoke to him. My father died just like that. My mother died just like that. So she was trying to get the funeral together to bury my father. While she trying to get everything set up for him to go get buried, to go in the ground, she had caught it too. Then she ended up dying. The following week, she was in a hospital. He died April the 1st. I buried her April the 1st. I buried her April the 16th. April the 16th, I buried her. April the 1st, I buried him. April the 16th, buried her. So both of my parents are dead from COVID-19. And even though they had the masks on, they took them off to have conversation with people that they thought wore their masks. And clearly, they didn't. And the consequences of that was death. So my thing to you is when somebody says I'm fully vaccinated, you make sure you get your guard up. So, uh-oh. And it's not trying to scare nobody, but my thing is when I hear fully vaccinated, I'm going, uh-oh. Because in my mind, I'm thinking you don't be wearing that mask because you feel like you got the power of God on you. No. When you say you fully vaccinated, do you wear it all? I don't need it because like I'm, They're letting you know right then and there. Anything they caught, they're going to deliver it to you like a package. And it's not from Santa Claus. So my thing is this. Anyway, y'all have a safe day. How long have I been on here now? But Jesus. Wait a minute. Did this happen? This has been here for an hour there. Oh, it said I've been on here for an hour. I thought I've been here for 2 hours. I'm been on here for an hour and 39 minutes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just giving y'all a heads up because when I talked to dude, he was like, "Oh, I don't even believe in that pandemic stuff. I'm fully vaccinated." I was like, "What do you mean you don't believe in it?" He said, "I don't." So when you say that, that makes me think you ain't wearing a mask. And just like condoms, nothing is 100% proof. But my thing is this: it's an insurance for something, for safety. Because the one thing I realize with people, they wear their masks, and when they talking to people on the street, they pull it down. So what's the use of wearing a mask if you're talking to people with the mask pulled down? That's my so not wearing it at all. Because now whatever they got, they're giving it to you. Or whatever you got, you're giving it to them. Did you see T.S. Madison? Yes, I did. Oh, I'm the one shit. Oh, Hayes. That's Hayes. Yes, Hayes. I saw it. She said she was fully vaccinated. Her brother gave it to her and her mother. And they was in there fighting for their life. Yeah. T.S. Madison is fully vaccinated and she had the COVID. She said the treatment that would save people from having to go through all the hospital who have COVID, they're keeping it from them. Yeah, I saw that. She said the medicine to dig it. That's what I'm saying. I just don't understand it. But when it comes to this world, nothing surprises me. Nothing at all. And I know y'all the same way. I know nothing in this world surprises you. What's some things called a B&B? What's some things called a B&B? The B&Bs. So in other words, they said people from some, I think in Afghanistan, Afghanistan, they set them up with B&Bs, and people in our own country is homeless in a shelter. Please make it make sense. Wouldn't they get the first choice of the B&Bs? I'm just saying. But who cares? Only time people care is when it happens to them. Like I always said. Yeah. No social distancing. They do what they want to do. Where I live, child, please. They ain't walking around with masks on. They doing whatever they want to do. My youngest brother, his wife, and their two children have COVID. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daisy. They're in my prayers. It's just horrible. I just I just kind of think it's that mindset of it's never going to happen to me. That's what I think. You know, and due to the fact that I got a front seat to it, and when I'm sitting in the funeral parlor home and I'm making arrangements, and that man pulls that book out, he was like, "These are all these bodies waiting to have a funeral." He said he's booked up for months. And it was crazy. It's crazy. But just be safe, you know. I don't know. I just want to talk about that with y'all because somebody has said something to me, and I just want to make sure y'all got that info for something to some food for thought to think about to keep you alive because a lot of stuff we're being told is not accurate, and people are putting themselves in front of the bullet to save your life. Even if they don't even save theirs, they're trying their best to save you and your family. For once, I feel like we're unified, but unfortunately, we're not all unified. And it's sad though. I mean, I like you, but I don't want you dead, you know. But I don't know. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, y'all, I just want to talk about. Anybody else want to talk about something before I go? 'cause I'm about to leave. I'm about to fix my leftovers. What time is it? It's 10:57. It's 10:57. So anyway, just please keep in mind what I said. When they say they fully vaccinated, you go get your mask because for some reason they feel as though it's not going to happen to them. That means they walking around with no mask on when they're around you. I'm not saying all of them, but you got to be prepared because for some reason people hear what they want to hear. Where I live, nobody got a mask on. Nothing. They walk in the stores, no mask on. They grabbing stuff, nothing. I made some I made leftovers. I made some spaghettis. Food. I made some spaghetti. I made a big pot of it, but I made spaghetti. But I be eating all day because I'm a stress eater. And that's it. But just please be safe out there, y'all, because I feel like in my personal feeling, something is coming. Something is coming, y'all. The hurricane is one thing, but maybe something else is coming. Please be safe out there and protect your family, protect your mother, your father, your little kids. Keep them, if you got little kids, don't just let them go out and hang outside because little kids will take that mask and throw it off in a minute, because kids gonna do what kids want to do. So monitor your kids. They're already taking them back into school. I just pray it goes okay. I pray it goes okay, especially the babies and stuff, because little kids will take that mask off in a minute. And if their parents are sick, child. Anyway, y'all be safe and make sure y'all report his channel because I'm tired of people hit me. I don't want to sound mean, like I'm just I'm tired of people hit me up. I'm sure he's gonna take this video and attack me with it again. I'm sure he's gonna attack me, and his supporters on destroying people's lives are gonna join in to attack me, and that's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do. Blue Wolf, Blue Wolf Phoenix Rising. He has 1,120 subscribers. We about to eat a lot of rain. It's even more than that coming. I see he back on that shit. Child, this man is on. He on that stuff. But y'all be safe. Can I bring up this page? The sad part is I got young guys. I got young people hit me up telling me they being attacked by him. Real young guys. Okay. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Look at this. Going after people, just attacking them. Look, reload it. So there's another page. Look, this is what he does. This is what he does. So he's got another page reloaded. So he has 2 pages. Karma is collecting Tracy. I have 2 strikes on my main page. See what I mean? Look. Bless we let me get my glasses. Watkins, Bless Watkins. Snitch, Tracy, Bless Watkins. I thought you didn't. Snappy. So this is one of his pages. Let me go back. Here is the other page. And this is him. So you two must be doing something. It says YouTube won't even let me comment on my own videos. They need to take them down. And see, this is the thing about it. And this is all, if you notice, this is a joke there. This is a joke. Okay. But this is what they do. This is what they do. So he got 2 pages. This is what he do. So maybe YouTube can see this video and go after take his page down. Because the best way to silence him is that if you notice he's going after a gay girl. It's a girl. It's a gay woman. That's who he's attacking. I know exactly. It's another girl. He's attacking her. And that's a biological female. He's attacking her. See, this is fun to him. So where's those community guidelines? Now he's going after females. He's going after trans women. He's doing all this stuff, and they keep letting him come up and do it. They keep letting him and keep letting him. So, like I said before, they won't be happy until somebody gets murdered from what he's trying to do. Then all of a sudden, things are going to change. They need to silence him, period. It shouldn't have to be somebody has to die when you know you got a man up here doing something. It's like a sniper on top of a building. Don't let him get on top of that building and snipe nobody out. Stop him at the door. Anyway, y'all go ahead and block his page and send it straight to YouTube. Let YouTube know. Like I said before, go up there. Let me just send it. I might be blocked too. I don't even know. Y'all go to the top of one of his pages. Maybe y'all don't know. Maybe y'all don't know how to block somebody. Let me show you how to block somebody. Let me show you how to. You see this right here? This right. This is this about. See this about? You click on that. See what it says? This must be a backup page or something else. See this? See this flag right here? And it says unblock. Well, I already blocked them. See this says report user. Harassers, yes. See that? I'm not gonna just block them all. The hate speech is real. See? So that's how you block somebody. You send it to YouTube and let them know what he's doing. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This is not. And the thing about it is unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but we all can't sing kumbaya. We all can't sing kumbaya. My thing is this: is that it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary for people to be attacked for helping people. So everybody hit the thumbs up. Right. So anyway, I'm going to go. Right. That's right. Click on those. Do it. Go into it about. And when it says report user, reporter, he needs to be stopped. My thing is this: is that for somebody to make videos just attacking people is one thing. For another thing is when you're gonna find them and then attack them. Like you go into the Instagram, you find out where they at. You like then you're gonna like come on. Like when does this stop? You still gonna keep getting this platform? Like, don't you understand what you're doing? You know, I don't know. Talking about him, wow, if Sonya hasn't heard that he would be talking about him because I was he was right. That's the thing about it. He wrote one on you. Remember he wrote one on you, Deshaun. He wrote one on you. He started attacking you. He tagged me in on it. I was like, don't put me in this man because I have nothing against Deshaun. Until Deshaun show me differently, then I'll see. I would never take nothing from somebody else. I don't go by what somebody says about somebody. I'm a real loyal person. In order for to, you got to do something to me. Now, do I listen? They gave me heads up. Now I'm not gonna act like I heard what he said, but then I watch what you did. I watch what you've been doing, Deshaun, behind the scenes. So those things are not relevant for me. Actually, our relationship, Deshaun, behind the scenes. I'm not gonna put all that out there, but you came from him to me because he was talking bad about me, and then you found out you came to me through him, and you found everything he said about me wasn't true. And then he got pissed off with you when he saw you was over here. Then he started attacking you. Not that I'm surprised, though. Not that I'm surprised. Not that I'm surprised. I just wish things were different, but he told me about you before I even know. Exactly. I saw the whole thing. Trust him. Listen, I do a lot of journalism work. Trust and believe. Raven sees all things and act like I ain't seen nothing. I see a lot. I know how to keep my mouth shut though. Only thing I try to talk about when for y'all or most people is to help y'all. But I'm not making nothing to destroy nobody. But I definitely go after people who try to kill people or hurt people like they're God, you know. And you never talked about. I don't talk about him because I don't care. I don't talk about him because I don't care. The thing about him was the weird. This is the thing about him, Deshaun. He used to be in my lives. My start my life. He was the first one on all my lives. He was the first one, and he was cool with me. I had no problem with him. Anybody did anything about me, he would protect me. He would let me know. He protected me like to the chin. But the girls kept telling me, Raven, he's creating the front. He's playing in your face. And I was like, I don't want. So then all of a sudden, they start giving me receipts. And I was like, ugh. So I was like, well, do y'all want to keep him or not? They was like, no. So we booted him out. And that's when he got mad at me. Then he started attacking me. But I saw the things he said. And he blamed me. He said, I'm the reason why the girls are murdered. I'm the reason why they got killed. He just went in on me. Then it's just a lot. I mean, but of course he's mad at me. He's going to say, it is what. And I think the reason why people get mad at me, the first thing people would do to me is attack me on people that I try to care about. Because they're like, I know you care about the girls. I know you care about people. So I'm going to hurt you and say, you destroyed them. You got them killed. You got them murdered. So, you're going to blame me. Like, obviously, that wouldn't be accurate because if that was true, then I wouldn't be doing a video on them because I wouldn't nobody know. But I get it. People are mad. Stupid, but it is what it is. Some people just grow older. They just never grow up. There are men that grow older. They just never grow up. I know about his history. I already know about him. But I'm not going to shoot him down. But it's just mentally exhausting. You do good work. Thank you, Rex. But anyway, like I said before, for 2021, let's make a lot of noise because this man is doing damage again. If the community guidelines are really, really true, he needs to take his page down. Now, if he created a page on helping people and not trying to attack people or trying to get people murdered, trying to get people killed, then fine. But as long as he making pages on trying to hurt people, trying to get people murdered and killed, then he shouldn't be up there. He shouldn't be up there. We done seen enough people out here that's been killed when they had warnings and didn't do nothing. Anyway, okay, I've been up here for 2 hours. Y'all have a safe night and stuff. And like I said before, if they tell you they fully vaccinated, you grab your mask and put it on, and tell them they got to sanitize their hand. Child, I don't even know what to tell you because it's such a great area. Because I don't even know what to tell you. It's just a great area because it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't thing. Because if you meet somebody, if you single, and you meet somebody, eventually y'all may take the mask off. Just do the best you can. Just ask God to cover your body with His blood, and ask God to cover your body with His blood and your family with His blood. Because enough's enough. Thank you, Jimmy. So good night, y'all. Y'all be safe out there, and please, please, please keep your mask on, cause a storm is coming. Hey, Miss Janet, and y'all have a blessed night and stuff. All right, I'm going to go now, and don't forget what I told you. You got to get him off the page. You got to stop until he changes. Once he stop attacking people, that's a different story. But if he keep attacking people and then going in the inboxes and find them on Instagram and on Twitter, I mean, he's just doing the most. He needs to be stopped. Let's make a lot of noise. Keep reporting him in the YouTube. So, because you can't get mad at them if they don't know. And if you make a lot of noise, they're going to know. All right. Y'all have a blessed night. Love you all. Please be safe. If I find anything out differently, I definitely will share with you. And be well. Get you something to eat. I've been taking a lot of vitamins. Buy you some vitamins. Keep your strength up. Be careful eating at certain restaurants and stuff until we get out of this storm, because it's real. So y'all have a blessed night. Love you all. Good night.